Some metal hits the charts. The real metal hides in the shadows. Welcome to Tracks on Trial, the show where we drag the underground into the spotlight and ask the only question that matters. If nobody knows it, does it still melt your face off? 3 tracks, 3 passionate defences, 1 global jury, and only 2 outcomes. Topper or flopper? Strap in, we're going deep into the heavy stuff today. Roll the intro! Today is special because we're stepping off the main road and into the wild, overgrown forest of underrated and unknown metal, the place where the real innovators live. The bands pushing boundaries, rewriting genres, bending production rules, and screaming their lungs out without ever getting the spotlight they deserve. This is the side of metal that rewards curiosity. It's messy, experimental, emotional, technical, cinematic, sometimes all in the same track. And today, we're giving those hidden giants their day in court. Before we unleash that noise, do all those relevant things like follow and comment and share some love and all that stuff. Even if you think our opinions are absolute nonsense, please tell us so. Right, amps are warmed up. The underground is calling. Let's meet the jury. Hi, Handy Andy. How are you today?
I'm very well, Samuel. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all who are listening, and especially to you wonderful people who comment and abuse us. Bring it on.
Absolutely.
We love the abuse.
Loving it. And just for a reference, so I don't have to reply to everyone who's commented, on the punk one, where you will put your opinions who you thought was best, you're all wrong. I'm right. Ooh, in the yard, sticking a finger up.
Yeah.
Isn't that what one of them said?
Yeah, exactly. I think in general, the disclaimer is we're right, you're wrong, and what we say isn't opinion, it's global fact. So
Exactly.
if you don't like it, go and listen to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause
That's a
we've got-
joke, by the way.
It is. Please tell your friends about us and listening.
AJ, how are you, my lovely?
I am doing all right. How are you?
I'm fan-dabby-dozy.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
Yep, you heard right. Okay, let's do it, shall we? Quickfire round number 1 straight off the bat. Before we get buried into concept albums and technical wizardry, we're going to test our instincts. You've each bought an underrated metal wildcard. No prep, no notes, no warm-up. Say it fast, play it loud, and hope the jury's in a forgiving mood. I've decided that actually I'm going to go first on this one. 3, 2, 1.
15, 14,
Glitchy,
13,
frenetic, and
12,
brilliantly unhinged.
11,
Aimless
10,
is what happens when
9,
punk, metal,
8,
electronic chaos, and
7,
psychedelic pop
6,
collide at full
5,
speed. The riffs
4,
hit, the production
3,
sparkles, and the
2,
creativity is off
1,
the charts.
0.
This band should be massive. Calva Louise, Aimless. And they are definitely on the up and up. They're doing well. They've just passed like 200,000 monthlies on Spotify, which is going in a good direction. And that's the reason, well, one of the reasons they weren't my first pick, my number 1, because I thought just going over that 200k threshold, does that fit the real kind of underground unknown? Maybe not, borderline, but there was another reason as well. But I think this song bangs. What do you guys think in a nutshell?
oh.
He says he.
I really don't know how to answer that at all.
Andy, you were having fun with this week. We talked about this a couple weeks ago about how you don't like screamo or anything at all, right?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, this has been a fun week for you then.
It has been challenging, to find music, but also listening to all what you both have put up. And I'm just like, oh, yeah.
Are your ears bleeding yet?
I am a hung jury.
Hung jury.
Wait a minute. Never
Oh.
mind.
You being dirty again.
Yeah, she's always been dirty. Fortunately, you
no.
don't need to pass judgment on this one, so
Thankfully,
you
yeah.
can just let it slide. She, the front woman, lady, girl of this band, is an absolute monster. She basically is the band. The other couple of guys, they're a 3-piece, I think. As far as I understand it, they basically just turn up and play, and she does everything else. But I think she's Venezuelan or part Venezuelan, but lives in the UK. So she uses a bunch of Spanish in her songs. She plays guitar, she sings, but then she's also clearly like classically trained. So she has this like pull-out keyboard on stage. She whips it out, does a load of piano playing, flings it back. And she does all their music videos as well. She wanted like high production music videos. So she just learned how to do like Unreal Engine and just make crazy music videos. She's bonkers. So kudos to her.
I like bonkers,
AJ, you ready for your first quickfire?
as I'll never be.
As you'll ever be. In a 3, a 2, 1.
15.
This one was
14,
really hard to not
13,
put in my
12,
main song slot.
11,
So
10,
this one is
9,
it's a song called
8,
Burn My Misery, but it's
7,
by a group called
6,
Bended.
5,
If you know who
4,
Corey Taylor is, if you don't,
3,
you got problems.
2,
The lead singer
1,
of Slipknot. This was
0.
his son and another member of Slipknot. So yeah, they have their own group. So super underrated.
That's why I listened to it and went, this sounds like Slipknot.
Yeah. yeah. So also not just Griffin Taylor, which is Corey Taylor's son, who is singing. Simon Crahan, the one on the drums, is Sean Crahan's son. So that's 2 members of Slipknot's sons that are in this group. So they're super talented, but most people don't even know who they are.
Which song
Yeah,
is
right.
it? Which one was it?
Burn My Misery, but I mean, like, you can listen to any of them and be like, oh yeah, okay, So my son actually listens to them a lot, and I was like, oh, okay. So it was almost my first pick, but
Yeah, right.
I had to throw it in there.
Interesting.
Very nice. Right, Andy, ready with your first quickfire?
Yes.
Good.
I am.
Here you go. 3, 2, 1.
We do apologise for the intermittent loss of quality in Andy's audio. Unfortunately, he had some connection issues. Please rest assured that the issue is actively being investigated. Thank you for your patience.
15.
What is the essence of this song?
12.
Released in 1987. It's a novelty, but a fan favorite.
7.
It's from the album Scum. This is Napalm Death. You Suffer. 1.3 seconds long,
0.
but even in time.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Ugh. This song, if you can call it a song, as you said, it's 1.3 seconds and it's just a blast and that's it. It's a real like niche novelty throwaway.
Yeah. And what it didn't do, obviously, it wasn't a single or anything like that. That would be a brilliant one, but it was. It was just on the album, but they did play it live, didn't they? They used to go down really, really well, apparently. So
Sometimes they played it multiple times live.
sometimes they played it multiple times.
Angkor,
Yeah, well-
we just did.
Yeah. Do it again. Oh.
Just have the audacity to come up with that. Just go,
Hey, fair play to you. Right, quickfire round number 1, done and dusted. AJ, I'm coming to you for your long play. So get yourself prepared. So here, AJ, vocalist who knows exactly what separates a good metal track from a great one. Emotional weight, conviction, craft, and the ability to punch you in the chest without warning. She's the one who hears the layers the rest of us might miss. The harmonies, the screams, the production quirks, the words, the details that turn an overlooked track into a masterpiece. AJ, the floor is yours.
So this one, I kind of surprised myself on the pick for the main song, but I wanted to bring it before y'all. It's actually a female-fronted group. Surprise. They're newer. They have a new album that came out in 2025. I believe their first stuff came out in 2021. They are, if you've ever heard of Flyleaf, the vocalist kind of sounds like her, but it's metal. So it's like a metal band with this. She's a great vocalist and she can do screamo. So it's Violent Vera, and this song is called Saccharin.
Shall we hear some?
Yeah.
Here she comes.
Bring it on, my hysteria, loaded in the barrel of a gun. Saccharin, oh it's saccharin. There's a war in my head that you can't comprehend.
There she blows. Saccharine, I
L-
guess is how you say it.
little anger in there, for sure.
It's not too bad though. That's probably tolerable, I think, for me anyway. The lyrics, just it was kind of breaking into a shout on it, but not quite.
It's a little mix, and she will do that, but and she'll hit the screamo, but then she'll come back and she'll sing again. So it's like a really, I don't know, it's kind of leveled out.
At some voice to be able to do that as well, isn't it? I mean, to be able to stream for say a 90-minute gig or whatever is take some doing anyway, but to go in and out from singing properly to screaming and go back and forth, that takes some doing that.
Yeah, that's kind of what caught my attention with them. Was they have a lot of really cool riffs, and they do a lot of, it's interesting. In some of their songs they have a lot of different tonics and things like that, but her vocals, she can really, it's like a controlled, she'll really hit the screamo bit here and there, but then she'll come back and she'll sing again. And I'm like, okay. Honestly, I mean, that kind of speaks for themselves. So I have a friend that actually has worked with her. Seems to be a really, really cool girl. But the fact that this is new, it's 2025. I kind of was like, okay, they're pretty new. They're not super heavy like we were talking about, it's not like the baby killing music. It is metal. They've got the riffs and the drums and the whatever, every now and then, they've got the double pedal going on and some heavy riffs, and a little bit of screamo, but she does sing. I don't know. I thought it was worth a shot to see what y'all thought.
Cool. Well, AJ's shooting a shot. Andy, why don't you tell me what you thought
Okay.
in the plainest terms?
Okay. No, I was surprised. I think she's got a really good voice. It sounded like he brought up the other week, the Haley from Paramore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, quite similar to that. And she's
Paramore, Flyleaf. Oh yeah.
yeah, they're pretty good. Didn't she? I read they put their own tour on as well, like a 30-date tour around the States. They did it all themselves and everything like
Yeah.
that, which is incredible. Fair play to her. But yeah, into the song, it was all right. It wasn't. I managed to listen to it a couple of times all the way through, so it wasn't like, oh my god. Maybe the lyrics I got a bit bored, a bit repetitive. Wasn't enough going on, but it was all right. Musicianship was there, quite clear. She could definitely sing. That's quite clear. It was quite nice that there wasn't too much shouting. It showed a range of her vocal, which was awesome as well. So, no, it was all right. It was good.
All right. Well, I'm going to be a little bit not controversial. I'm going to ask you to top or flop it before I speak, Andy,
Oh, mate.
because
Right.
I want you to give me your opinion without being influenced by what I say.
Yeah.
So, Andy, top it or flopper?
Do you know? And this is purely on opinion, isn't it? On your own thing. Would I listen to it again outside of this? No. So I think probably
But
everything.
would you listen to any metal outside of this?
No.
That's the question, Andy.
Exactly. That's for what it is. All right, let's put a creative hat on for the musicianship and the song. Let's take my own personal taste away. Let's do it as if I was judge. Take the own personal side of it away. Let's go top. Because of the musicianship and the singing, the voice,
It survived.
and due to the fact that I managed to listen to it a couple of times without
Because Sam's about to
throwing
be like,
something. Yeah. Now we'll hear what the real metalheads think of it.
Well, I think that is a very fair assessment in many ways. What you say, I believe, is true in terms of the musicality, the musicianship. Like the production is solid. It's very modern sounding. She's
Yeah.
got great pipes, great control, flipping between
Right.
your standard kind of singing voice and then your vocal folds and your fries and all that kind of stuff, which is it's just like straight technique, That's all, great stuff. But to me, and metal is a funny thing for me
Oh, yeah.
because it's like where my heart and soul is, which makes me even more critical than I am of most music. Like metal is it's like my world, And I listen to it and I'm like, all the boxes are ticked and I'm bored.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me because that there was no like great riff that was getting me hooked in. Like the guitars were just doing normal metal guitar
Normal.
stuff without
Right.
anything that was like, that's great. And her vocal was great, but also didn't give me anything
It
that I was
didn't
like,
really like, yeah.
I was like, there's no banging melody in here. There's no hook that's like, that's got me. So I ended up at the end of it, not dissimilarly to your Fratellis last week with Blue Balls. I was like, all the elements are in place, but I feel let down because there's just, there are these couple of things missing that would make me like it. And in contrast to the Fratellis, where it was a production thing rather than a writing thing, here it's the other way. It's a writing thing rather than a production thing. Production's great, but I don't think the song and the arrangement are good enough for me personally. So I'm flip-flopping it today.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Sorry.
Well, this is your key genre, isn't it? So, if someone knows everything about this genre, it's you.
I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim to know everything about anything.
But
But
I have something here which says different to you.
Welcome to my classroom, Andy. But that's not about metal. That's about music production. For anybody
I'm a
that's
bit
not
of a
watching
nerd. I like class.
Yeah. Well, for anybody that's not watching on video and is just listening, Annie just held up my book, which is all about learning how to produce music the right way from scratch. Become a competent music producer in 365 days. You can find it on Amazon and wherever you buy your books. Plug over. Right. AJ, your song survives. Congratulations.
I like the skin of my teeth.
Skin of your teeth, indeed. Now, I have... Whoa. Some ominous quiz show music for you. Because I thought I would bring some quiz questions into the episode. It's very simple. Rather than making it too complicated, you've got an A or B choice, right? All related to the theme of the week. So we're looking at metal quiz questions this week. Question number 1. Which metal singer once recorded an entire album in a single take after being released from jail the same day? Was it A, Ozzy Osbourne, or B, Phil Anselmo from Pantera?
Oh,
I'll go with the latter.
You're going Phil of Pantera, AJ?
that's tough. I have to go. Gosh, I have to go with Pantera too. I don't know.
Well, you're both wrong. Ozzy was the
I would
man.
have gone with Ozzy. It felt too obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy recorded most of Black Sabbath's Volume 4 vocals in a single take after a chaotic run-in earlier that day, and allegedly did the entire Diary of a Madman vocals in one sitting. Question number 2. Which band caused such extreme crowd movement at a 1991 show that the venue's foundation literally cracked? Was it A, Slayer, or B, Pantera?
Well, Pantera let me down in a side, so I go with Slayer.
Well,
Righto.
I don't know. Old Dimebag Darrell could really get down on that. But I was gonna go Slayer too. They're pretty heavy.
Well, the answer is Slayer. At the 1991 Rain in Pain tour, very famous tour, the floor reportedly cracked under the crowd's movements. I got 4 questions for you. So here's question number 3. Which band holds the Guinness World Record for the loudest performance ever? Was it A, Manowar, or B, Motorhead?
Motorhead.
Ooh,
100%.
Andy.
oh me. I'm gonna go Manowar.
AJ's going Manowar. The answer is Manowar. Manowar hit 139 decibels, would you believe, in 1994, breaking their own earlier record. Motorhead were also extremely loud, but never held the title. Question number 4, fourth and final. Which band's gig caused a city council to legislate against future metal concerts due to public violence? Was it A, Slipknot, or B, Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, this is tough. I gotta go Slipknot.
Ooh, I was going to go then, but I'll go with the other one. Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse is the correct answer.
They're rough, man. It's woof.
And it was in your backyard, Andy. Their show in Australia sparked local bans and legislative debate.
Wow.
So there we go. Quiz for the
I
day.
need violence.
Yeah, quiz for the day. Over and done with. Quickfire, round 2, therefore. I'm sure we've recovered enough from round 1. 3 more hidden heavy hitters, 3 more gut reactions, 3 more chances for us to question our own sanity. Shall we see what's going on? Andy, give us your second quickfire. Here you go, 3, 2, 1, go.
15.
Released in
14,
1979
13,
from their debut
12,
album On Through the
11,
Night, this is
10,
Def Leppard
9,
and Wasted.
8,
This highlights Def
7,
Leppard's initial
6,
much heavier sound
5,
before they
4,
became known for their
3,
polished glam-infused pop
1,
metal. This
0.
song, Wasted, was also a huge fan favourite out of that album.
Nice.
So I have, when I was a big fan of Def Leppard, well, still am with their later stuff, but I've listened to those 2 albums. It is much heavier. The new wave of British heavy metal, which sort of like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all that sort of thing. And they were sort of on the back of that as well, Def Leppard. When they brought Phil Collin in as they were recording Pyromania, that's when their sound changed. Went a little more mainstream. But that's a great song, great album, that Pyromania.
Yeah, I mean, like the Def Leppard that I know well isn't metal. It's hard rock. It's almost glam in some ways because it's very hard to play metal when you've only got one arm as a drummer. It's probably, there are some, but, generally speaking, all the Pour Some Sugar on Me and Animal and stuff, that isn't metal.
No, that's not.
But
Absolutely.
the early stuff, as you're saying.
Yeah. You don't think metal when you hear Def Leppard. Like you're not like, which you can double pedal with 2 feet and 1 arm, but
But you can't. Well, I suppose you could blast beat with difficulty.
But that's not something that you think of as metal,
No.
100%. Which is why, when I was researching all this, I found out that's surprising, really, because I thought I knew quite a bit about Def Leppard, but obviously didn't put it in that genre, that first album.
So where are you drawing your line in terms of interpreting the underrated or underground thing? Or are you talking about the record rather than the band in this instance? Just curious.
Yes, correct. Yeah, that song. Yeah. So that song was very underrated commercially, and chart-wise it did nothing, even though it was a single. But it was a fan favourite live. So that is the avenue I'm going with down there, just to take it that way. So, yeah, kind of forget it's Def Leppard as such. Otherwise, I could have, I initially was thinking, I'll go with one of the album tracks off like Pyromania. But, well, no, that's not metal. I can't cheat that much.
There was a song, I can't remember, it might well be this one, but there was a song of your guys' songs. And when I heard it, I was like, that sounds just like early Iron Maiden, like original Iron Maiden record. Is that this song? Does it just sound like early Iron Maiden?
It's this one.
Yeah,
I think it is this one. It could be the next one, but that was early. That was early 70s. I think it's this one.
It's not your next one. Your next one has more of a rainbow vibe, but it must be this one.
Yeah, I think it is the same era as Iron Maiden when they first came.
Imagination.
Needed imagination for this week's.
We eat butterflies and poop rainbows. Oh, sorry.
Here we go, descending into the chaos. Right, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. For me,
15, 14,
Fire
13,
is modern alt rock
12,
with teeth,
11,
explosive
10,
vocals, huge
9,
dynamics, and a chorus that
8,
feels like it was
7,
built to headline
6,
arenas.
5,
Genre hopping, high
4,
energy, and criminally
3,
slept on.
2,
It's rock, pop,
1,
metal, and
0.
chaos all rolled into one. The horror Fire. This is like aggressive slap to me. It's just like, and I love it when metal doesn't do obvious stuff. Like the drums, but like the drums in this are just doing like a 4 to the floor bosh beat. It's like a house beat, ba, ba, and I'm like, good on you. Like not needing to go through a metal song, like giving me a different flavour.
Right. It's not that dugga 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 the whole time, you know?
Yeah. Proper Bosch beat. So the Hara, Fire. There you go.
Beautiful.
AJ, your next quick one, please. Here you go. In a 3, 2, 1.
15.
If you don't want to
14,
be traumatized,
13,
do not go
12,
watch this music video.
11,
If you are
10,
religious of any
9,
sorts, you will
8,
be
7,
shocked.
6,
This one
5,
is an all-female
4,
front of band. They dress
3,
as nuns with
2,
corpse paint on.
1,
It's Dogma,
0.
my first peek.
Dogma.
Yeah, they are new. Their first stuff came out in like 2023, and they're a little frightening. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like they've got like the upside down cross in the background. She's like wearing it, you know, and they've got it's metal. That's for sure. It's metal. It's woo. This video for this song, I do not recommend for under like 15, 18. I don't know. It's
Under 35s.
for under 35, you're not old enough. No.
For anybody that needs the bleeding obvious stated, Dogma backwards is Am God.
Until I saw them, I was like, oh, okay. You know, like this is interesting. And then like I saw them, I'm like, oh, do I like it? Am I shocked? Am I offended? You know, like there's like that shock and awe thing, right? And like there's like the male fronted group. Have you heard of Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy dresses like an evil pope, and then there's all the, you know, it's kind of like that, but
Ghost is just theatre, right? It's not even metal to me. It's just
no,
like
it's theatrical. Yeah, for sure. It's like what is that? Dance macabre.
it's almost like Broadway, you know, with Ghost.
Yes. Yeah, it's very theatrical. Like, and it makes me think almost like 80s hair metal vocals. Yeah, but no, Dogma, they actually cover a Madonna song, I think. Yeah, if you check them out, like they're very talented. I mean, so I was really impressed because it takes a lot for me to be like, oh, hey, this is all women. And I don't mean that in any kind of like of way. Obviously, I am a woman, but like to have a metal band that you've got the riffs and the drums and the everything, it's all women. So
I'm glad you clarified that, AJ, because I wasn't sure.
Well, she's a woman.
I'm all woman over here. Right. We're going to continue. I'm going to go in for my long pick. So
hey, no, hang on.
Go on.
Off the cuff.
Oh no, wait, because oh no, that's coming after. Right, go on then. Introduce me, AJ.
Off the cuff.
Yeah.
The metallurgist of the group. You want to rub his head like he's a genie in the lamp and see what kind of riffs come out of it. The mastermind behind the cast. Sam is the man with the plan.
Let's do this. So I am bringing to you.
Nice.
So I'm bringing to you today some Spanish metal. Would you believe? They hail from Barcelona. Although actually they're a pretty not global band, but the vocalist, she's called Jessie. She's from the West Country. She's from Brizzy, Andy. Yeah, one of the reasons I decided to lean into this is my main one. The drummer, she's also a woman, all woman, I believe, and she's Greek. So you know, always good to see more women playing instruments. There's a lot of female representation in terms of singers, vocalists in the metal world at the moment, a lot, which is great, but still not enough chicks rocking on instruments. So, you know, girls, go and pick up your guitars, pick up your drumsticks and start making music. Anyway, Angkor is the band, and the song is called Dark Beat. I think this is wildly overlooked as a vibe, as a band. It's a song that could be headlining festivals, but it's living in this kind of beautiful underground niche where, you know, there are bands that are actually innovating. And I think because it's combining some things that you wouldn't necessarily put together, it's not obvious where to put it on a bill. Like it's metal, but then it's electro, but then it's got some cool stuff going on with it. Let's listen to a bit of it and then we'll disseminate, if you like. So this is Dark Beat from Angkor.
I can feel the beat, beats of the
And so she goes on. So there you go. Dark beat, which to me is bold, cinematic, unpredictable, surgically precise, but packed with like emotion and hooks. I think it's super cool. So before I tell you a bit more about what I think about it, Andy, let's come to you first. The man of mystery when it comes to metal. What did it make you feel?
It made me feel.
Don't gush, mate.
Yeah, I put it that it's not a bad voice. The shouting straight away, I'm like, I can't resonate to it. I just can't get it. As hard as I tried to get into it and to understand it, it was interesting a bit with the keys where they brought that in halfway through. It's rather than just the thrash of the really heavy guitars and the noise. Was that girl screaming as well as singing as well?
Yeah, I saw her.
That's all her. I mean, that's again pretty impressive. Music's not bad actually. If you take that away, the production and the actual musicianship is pretty good. I just can't resonate. It just doesn't mean anything to me, and something just switches off within in my head, and I'm trying to be constructive.
Well, there we go. AJ, what do you think of it?
I think I was pleasantly surprised. It gave me the vibes of the vocals were good. It very much reminded me of like Haley from Paramore or like Flyleaf or something like that. She can sing very well. It was kind of more like that pop rock metal at the start, and then I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Like it was almost like that cyber techno funk kind of thing almost in there. And then when it got to like the middle and they elevated it, I was very impressed. So I am on the flip side from Andy when she could do both and they hit the heavy part and the screamo, because to me, like, it's not going to be metal if you don't have that somewhere almost, I mean, like it can be, but it's almost always in there somewhere. So I was kind of waiting for it. I was like, all right, let's see if this, otherwise it's going to be like a pop rock song almost to me. They hit that mid part and I was like, okay, kudos. I will add that to my playlist. I like it. Yeah, we're going to listen to that at my house probably later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you a few more of my thoughts before I ask for your verdict. I think, like, if I compare it to my opinions on your long play track, AJ, that the things that give it a tick for me that I didn't tick on yours are the fact that there are no great monster riffs in there, same as in your track, but there's an eclecticism. Is that eclecticism? Enough of an eclectic arrangement where you're going from what is effectively a pop chorus to this like cyberpunk techno-y electro thing.
Yeah.
And then like the deep guttural screams. There's intrigue, there's interest in there that I didn't get from the song you chose, which I found more kind of one-dimensional.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like the drums were there. So I was like listening. I was like, when I very first listened to your song, I was like, okay, wait. So we've got like the metal kind of drum thing going on almost in the background. But then when they hit and it just all went heavy, the guitar and the drums and the vocals and it elevated it. Like you're saying, the one song of Vera that I chose wasn't necessarily like, it didn't really have the build, but yeah, this did for sure.
I just think the contrasts are really cool. Like it's got a lot to keep you interested unless you're Andy, in which case you're not.
Thank you to the good part. And he's like, I'm done. I'm out. Turn it off.
Yeah. The bit where she starts screaming, I'm like, turn it up. He's like, I'm gone. See ya.
Let's go. And he's like, bye. See ya. I'm like, mosh pit. And he's like, nope, other room. I'm going home.
I'm going to the bar. I'll see
you at the pub.
Anyway, So there we go. Dark Beat by Angkor. AJ, you topping or flopping?
I'm topping it. It's getting added to my list later. Yep.
Hey, Andy, you topping or flopping?
Oh, I'm afraid I got a good flop.
Boo. Well,
Sorry.
At least I didn't get cancelled like I did last week. I tried really hard this week. I wasn't going to have it if I got flopped 2 weeks in a row. I'd be beside myself.
You'd be poo-pooed.
I'd be poo-poo. Anyway,
that's funny.
There we go. My goodness, must be new feature number 2 then, which is our metal industry news. Let's shut up the music. But I've got some satirical metal industry news for you, so I hope you enjoy my little headlines. Metal festival bans flip-flops after one guy starts a pit wearing them. Reports claim security watched in horror as a man entered a circle pit wearing beach flip-flops, thongs in your neck of the wood, Andy, instantly turning the floor into a minefield of broken rubber and human regret. Legend says the flip-flop is still missing.
Not the broken rubbers.
Hate a broken rubber. Metal drummer plays so fast, Apple Watch calls emergency services. Apple classified blast beats as cardiac distress. The paramedics reportedly stayed for the encore. Band announces a new album via mysterious teaser. Turns out it was just the guitarist testing reverb pedals. Fans say still sounded better than Metallica's snare in 2003.
Oh, bum, bum, bum.
And that was your metal industry fake pretend news for the week. What do you think of that little segment? Do you like that?
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
Shock and
There we
awe
go.
factor, just like broken rubbers.
It's reminding me of Mark and Lard on Radio 1 in the 90s with their fake news. A man ran down the road towards the policeman. He was running away. That was it.
That was it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of fake news in the world right now, isn't there? Especially go to your,
there is. We're not going that route.
especially your side of the pond, AJ. It's all fake news over there.
Oh my gosh. What's a headline anymore? I mean, honestly, everything is just clickbait. There is no real news. I mean, I have to look at like y'all's neck of the woods to figure out what's actually going on over here. Cause like y'all will talk about us on the more factual side of things. So I'm like, we had to go somewhere else to actually look. I'm like, I give up. I'm done. Fake news.
You'd think that would be the case, but in actual fact, like the British media is actually rightly being sued by your old Trumpy Trump over there
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
just decided to like completely hack up some TV reporting to spin it how they wanted. So it's all BS wherever you look.
Right.
Yes.
That's
it
like,
is.
it's like journalism. And it's so interesting because like when you talk to someone, you have to know they're going to just like take your words and splice them together. They'll cut out what they want. But if you said the words at all, they're like, but this is what you said. You said
Yeah,
it. It's not what I said, but that's what y'all made.
Yeah.
Sound bites, and that's it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Anyway, right, let's get
Scary.
into Quickfire round 3, the last Quickfire of the day, the final descent into the unknown. 3 more underrated monsters, 3 last shots at glory, and absolutely no time to explain yourselves. Where's my timer gone? Here she is.
15,
Oh, that's me.
14,
Dark, atmospheric,
13,
and heavy with
12,
purpose. Gaslight
11,
blends
10,
post-metal textures with
9,
sharp, modern
8,
production and emotional depth.
7,
Haunting
6,
vocals, crushing
5,
riffs, and a rising band who deserve
3,
way
2,
more ears on
1,
them. A
0.
true underground standout. Mind Traveller is the band. Gaslight is the song. 127 monthly listeners on Spotify as of yesterday when I checked. And I know them because I produce them, and they're from my little town here in Cáceres in Spain, and they bang if you're into the kind of metalcore thing. The productions are great. I should know. The songwriting is really good. Go and check them out. They could do with a few more listeners.
Absolutely.
So there we go. I don't know if either of you
Sure.
guys checked this one out, but what did you think if you had a moment?
I mean,
Yeah. I thought it was all right.
it's the producer thinking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. No, it's good stuff. It really is good stuff.
Yeah, and I thought the song was really good. I thought the writing was good. Yeah, I agree. You know, I think the producer must have been off his head or something, but you know, no,
Yeah,
no,
he
no, it is good. I didn't mind that.
He hasn't got a Scooby-Doo, the producer, that's for sure. Right.
Scooby-Doo?
Shaggy?
Right.
Okay. Andy, it's your
Yeah,
turn.
there's the next header. Thanks, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's literally into another animal. All right.
Here you go. 3, 2, 1, Andy, go.
15,
Okay.
14,
Welsh blues rock
13,
heavy metal
12,
power trio
11,
Fudgy.
10,
1973
9,
turned their
8,
first
7,
album out.
6,
Never Turn Your Back on a
5,
Friend.
4,
And Bread Fan
3,
is the song they went with it.
1,
A crowd
0.
pleaser was being also considered to be an influence on the development of progressive metal in my bit over. And Metallica also covered this in 1988. So this is Bread Fan and Budgie, or Budgie by you know what I mean.
Smuggling budgies over there. Was this on the Garage Inc. record? Did it make it onto that? Metallica did they had a whole covers record.
Oh, I don't know. I remember we spoke about this a few episodes ago, didn't we?
I like the idea of never turning your back on a friend, but is it because they might shank you in a kidney, or is it, you just shouldn't do that because of moral reasons?
Just looking at the track list on Garage Inc., double disc as well. Cannot see that it made it on there. No, it didn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
What a pity. Anyway, there you go. Budgie Smugglers, Never Turn Your Back.
Very good. Yeah, Welsh, 1973.
Beautiful. AJ, your final rapid one, please, my love. Here you go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
15.
So these
14,
guys, they have all the
13,
elements
12,
of metal. The vocals
11,
are a little
10,
bit more
9,
pretty
8,
than necessarily
7,
metal
6,
bands.
5,
They have some covers
4,
like Listen to Your
3,
Heart, which you wouldn't
2,
expect if they turned
1,
metal.
0.
This is Through Fire. If You Love Me, Leave Me. It's one of their softer songs. So
Is this the group that sounds a lot like Scandi power metal?
maybe very much like there's the elements of that for sure, especially with this song.
Female vocal,
No, this is a male. This male
male
yeah.
vocal.
Yeah.
Was that what was that one then? The other female vocal that wasn't your long song?
Dogma. So it was almost, so her vocals for Dogma it's very almost like that 80s metal vocal is what it kind of feels like on Dogma.
Yeah.
These
gotcha.
guys, like this male vocalist, he actually has a very pretty voice. Like he can do all the things, but it's he's really easy to listen to. It's more like the riffs and the drums and what they do with it that makes them like to where they can be a metal band.
Right. Awesome. Nice. We're going to move into our final long share of the day then, which is going to the man himself, Andy, up finally for the day, a man whose relationship with metal began and probably ended in the womb, bringing us a band that he says is so underrated that we need to know about, impossibly talented, wildly unmarketable. Andy, what are you bringing us?
Okay, so I am going with the underrated song, not the band. And as I talk through this, it will become apparent how I've managed to squeeze this into today's pod. So, 1980, Motorhead released Ace of Spades. In the annals of heavy metal history, I'm going with your wording now, Sam. I've got it here. I'm giving it some. Few albums have left an indelible as mark as Motorhead's Ace of Spades. Released in 1980, this powerhouse record propelled the band to new heights, both commercially and critically. Motorhead, led by the indomitable Lemmy Kilminster, crafted an album that was raw and energetic and unapologetic. Oh, for God's sake. Unapologetic, yeah. Loud. It was very loud.
But not as loud as Manowar.
And not as loud as my vocabulary. I'll probably waken the whole house up there. Ace of Spades not only solidified the band's reputation, but such a bent march for heavy metal music that continues to influence artists to this day. So it's all about Lemmy's games, love for games and gambling, fortune with fast riffs, raw energy, and iconic. Hence, if you like to gamble, I tell you, I am your man. That became their signature song and a defining track for speed metal. So, how we got it down into why I've chosen the song. The album and the song did not sell in the US when it was released in 1980. The band were significantly popular in the UK and in Europe, but while their debut, which is now a classic, it was initially ignored by the American market at the time of its release. So my way in with this is that it wasn't taken upon in America. I'm using that as my way in. Ace of Spades was the first Motorhead album distributed in the US when it came out, but while it made an indelible mark on the fans' cutting-edge underground metal, it didn't excite any labels as well as the mainstream. they were all still caught up in the new wave of British heavy metal, Judas Priest and Iron Maiden mold. And this is coming from Lemmy himself, who couldn't get signed in America until well after the No Sleep Till Hammersmith album came out. That was #1 in Europe. And then the Americans took it on. We sort of fit right in between the old surge of British metal, and like Deep Purple, and just before the surge of heavy metal. So we were buggered for a while. They actually released it 8 times in different formats, a single itself, since its initial release in 1980. And the most successful, and what made it mainstream and really successful in the US, was in 2015, just after Lemmy died. That's when it became a huge hit over there. What else we got on here? So yeah, it remains a defining moment in the history of metal, a testament to Motorhead's unsurprising vision and relentless energy. Its influence can be heard in countless bands that followed, and its legacy continues to resonate with fans old and new. As Lemmy himself once reflected, we were a band that made a difference, and that's all you can ask for. The album's enduring significance is a testament to the power of music to transcend time and inspire generations. Now, having seen them as well.
Nor will you ever, I'm afraid.
No, I did. I did go and see them, and I definitely can confirm. I think that was probably the only gig I had to wear earplugs, and it was still too loud. It was incredible. Absolutely. I've never heard anything like it.
Well,
But there you go. I better have a play, I suppose. I just went all the way through all that.
let's hear some of it, shall we?
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me. The pleasure is to play, ain't no difference what you say. I don't say greed, the only card I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades. Playing for the high road, dancing with the devil, going with the flow, it's all a game to me. Seven or 11, snake eyes watching you.
There she is. We all know Ace of Spades. It's a seminal track, isn't it, in the world of
It is.
metal? I mean, it's, as you said, it's speed metal. It's basically a thrash song, really.
Yeah.
It's if you think of like early Metallica, Kill 'Em All, the Four Horsemen and all that kind of stuff. Like it's that pretty much. Unusual things about Motorhead. Lemmy was the bass player, and can't think of many lead vocalists that were also the bass player. There can't be many of them around. But I do see you very cheekily picking a lead vocalist who wears a cowboy hat just to tug at AJ's heartstrings. I see you, Andy. Don't think you get away with it.
Well, I had to try and find a few ways in, because, as I said, I really struggled this week. And so I was trying to get some little brownie points where I could.
Yeah, well, I brought you a singer from Bristol and you still poo-pooed me. So
Poo.
take no prisoners, AJ.
So for me, it's interesting because I'm like the flip side of the way Andy looks at metal. I think, we talked about the difference, and it's like modern day, what is metal versus like, how did it start? Right. Like think, okay, metal, Metallica, like all, and like you kind of went like, the beginnings of it basically before metal was really its own genre, I think. I don't like to like necessarily box things in, but like when you really look at it, it was kind of like, okay, this is a rock band. It was the beginnings of what turned into metal, but is it like metal?
It's not
Right.
when you compare it to what has been played tonight and put it up against each other, that's metal. And so, yeah, I agree.
Right.
Again,
So it's like,
I've-
okay, this
I've
was
sort
kind of the start of it, right? Back
Mm,
at the beginnings of when rock was kind of splitting into different ways, I guess is kind of how you look at it. Like you had like the hair metal, and then you had like the rock, and you had like the heavier rock, and then they started to get into like having metal bands, and then you got like Pantera and things like that that formed as you go on. So I had to kind of look at it as, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see this as being that. You know, it's not necessarily what I consider metal, if that makes sense. To me, it's a rock band.
But like any large hood metal in this instance, like we're talking about, I don't know, a period of 50 plus years here from, you know, from its conception to now.
When it got
you would
started to
expect,
now. Exactly.
yeah, that there's gonna be a massive range within that. Like if you think
100%.
about take a different genre, like if you take the umbrella of classical music, for example, if you compare something from the 16th century, you know, some Handel Baroque to like some 20th century Shostakovich, Tchaikovsky, whatever, like they couldn't be more worlds apart, but it's still classical music. So, you know, if we kind of condense that down to a period of 50 years, like
Yes.
there's gonna be difference, isn't there? But it's still
That's why I had to look at it
fundamentally
that way. Like, this is how it kind of, it was like the beginnings of when everything kind of started to split off, right? So you could look at it as being somewhat roots, I guess, because I mean, I love the band. Everybody knows that. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. All the elements are there, but at the same time, for being who it is and everyone knowing that song actually bores me. It's boring to me. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, okay, like listening to that, it bored me when I went back and I was like, because I like them and it's good, but like comparing it to like Sam's song, right, where there's all these different things, you know, it was the roots, it was the beginnings, kind of, sort of it, and I'm like, well, you know, it's just kind of that.
I think that is a pitfall of quite a lot of thrash. I think thrash actually is a genre, or speed metal, whatever you want to call it. I think
Right.
it's a really hard subgenre to do well,
Mhm.
because to write a song with an interesting arrangement that isn't just jigga, 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 jigga for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long it is until you run out of energy, it's hard. Like it's hard to write good arrangements. And as you say, as a, you know, as an early contributant to that genre, I guess tools for making arrangements more interesting weren't necessarily fully developed. Interesting that you say, like, yeah, I can leave it, because to me, I hear it, I'm like, yeah, it's an all-time classic. Like, everyone knows that song. I've never even considered it in the guise of like, but would I choose to listen to it? Like, I've never chosen to listen to it because I know
Right.
it. I know it. So AJ, say it out loud, topping or flopping.
So I respect it for what it is. I do like the band, don't get me wrong. But for me, for a metal song, I gotta leave it. I'm not gonna jam that song on my own.
Ooh, well, Lemmy joins Robert Plant in the field of big old flippy floppers. Goodness gracious. And for me, despite your passionate defense, Andy, I just don't feel it hitting that underrated, underground 50% of the criteria. So regardless of anything else that I think on the song, I'm flip-flopping it on the technicality. So double flopper.
Can't believe that. I
Double-
cannot believe that.
Handy got his first flopper, and I cannot believe what band it is that flopped. I'm just like, wow, okay, we did this today.
I know. That took me so long to find those songs. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Well, there we go then. Two that held on by their fingernails, and one that's ended up in the trash. There we go. Anything else that we want to share or add to this discussion, folks, or shall I wrap it up?
Definitely, I would say let's not do metal again.
I've got way more bands that I can bring to the table if you really want some more metal, Andy.
I think I might be asking for you to select for me.
Until it comes back round on the wheel.
Mm.
But it'll be a while anyway, so...
We have to spin the wheel.
Well, we don't, in fact.
Another little
because
surprise.
That's right,
Because,
Vanna.
surprise, next week we're going to do Christmas. Hooray! So we're going to bring you a bunch of our famous Christmas jams, and be prepared. Certainly I am moving away from the mainstream. There will be some Christmas things you have never heard before.
Well, you guys already
Definitely know
got
the
me on
Pogues.
one. So
Yeah, definitely know that one won't be in there. We've already done Fairy Tale New York. So
Oh, and you got some solid abuse on TikTok for that.
did.
I tell you.
You did.
it's
Where's
a
this
good thing
girl
that
been
it
living?
doesn't phase me.
Get out from under your rock.
Yeah. What do you mean she's never been played in America?
When I
That
say
was
we do
funny.
not play that on our Christmas station, I'm not lying.
I think people on TikTok thought the whole country never played it, not misleading what you were saying and saying you don't, in your family household. The whole of
No, I
America
mean like
doesn't
lots of
play
the
it.
country. I mean like the majority of over here, it's not played here.
Well, anyway, I'm just pleased that we've already had it, so I don't have to listen to it again next week. Thank
I'm
Yeah,
so
very
glad.
true.
Thank goodness.
I don't
Anyway,
like it.
I
Don't you
I
like
like
it? You like it?
I don't like it.
Yeah, right.
Sam, I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
some more
bury you.
abuse. I'm asking for it, you know.
Yeah, we could do that now. I thought you topped that one though, didn't you?
think
Yeah,
you did.
I appreciated it, but it was just I think it was just your extra one.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you're right. Yeah, great.
Mm.
Yeah, it was the honourable mention.
Yeah, don't try sneaking yourself an extra topper in there just because you've had your Motorhead chucked in the bin today. Anyway,
Well,
that is
find a
the
new
verdict.
carburetor, I suppose.
Yeah, that is the verdict. Some hidden gems sparkled, others exploded, and a few probably should have stayed buried in the catacombs. This has been Tracks on Trial. Court adjourned, ears ringing, reputations bruised. We'll see you next time when it's Christmas. If we ever find our way back out of the underground. Good morning, good evening, and good night.